Psychology has discovered something fascinating about people who talk to themselves when they're alone, and most people completely misunderstand it. They're often labeled as strange, unstable, or socially awkward, but psychology shows that this assumption couldn't be more wrong. If you've ever caught yourself talking out loud when no one else is around, this might explain your mind in a way no one ever has before. If you've ever felt misunderstood, out of place, or quietly different from others, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. In many cases, it means your brain simply works differently. Psychology shows that people who talk to themselves often have higher awareness, deeper internal processing, and stronger mental organization than the average person. That difference changes everything. One of the first traits psychology consistently finds in people who talk to themselves is strong internal clarity. You don't rely entirely on external conversation to process thoughts. Instead, you use your own voice as a way to organize ideas, emotions, and decisions. You have very little tolerance for shallow thinking or mental noise. Research on self-awareness shows that as people become more psychologically aware, their need for internal dialogue increases. You're not talking to yourself because you're lonely. You're doing it because your mind is actively working through information. You don't enjoy meaningless chatter, even inside your own head. This isn't instability. This is mental structure. Another powerful trait is your preference for depth over quantity. People who talk to themselves aren't avoiding relationships. They're avoiding surface-level interactions, even internally. Psychology shows that deeper thinkers naturally engage in reflective self-dialogue. You don't rush to conclusions. You explore multiple angles, question assumptions, and replay conversations to extract meaning. You want understanding, not noise. That's why silence doesn't bother you. Your mind is never empty. It's always exploring. People who talk to themselves also tend to have a nervous system that processes information more intensely. Psychology refers to this as deep cognitive processing. Your brain absorbs more details, emotional cues, and contextual information than most people realize. While others react instantly, you slow things down by verbalizing thoughts. Talking to yourself helps regulate emotion, reduce stress, and bring clarity. Research shows that self-directed speech improves focus, emotional control, and problem-solving. Solitude isn't isolation for you. It's where your mind functions best. Another trait is low dependence on external validation. Psychology shows that people who talk to themselves often rely less on constant feedback from others. You can motivate yourself, reason through problems, and emotionally regulate without needing reassurance. You don't need someone else to confirm your thoughts for them to feel real. This can make you seem distant or self-contained to others, but it's actually a form of psychological independence. You are comfortable inside your own mind. The final trait comes from experience and trust. People who talk to themselves often become highly selective about who they share their inner world with. Psychology shows that when people develop strong internal dialogue, they become more protective of their thoughts. You don't speak impulsively. You test ideas internally before sharing them. You observe more than you reveal. Your mind values precision over exposure. Silence, for you, is not emptiness. It's discernment. Here's what most people get wrong about you. They see self-talk and assume something is off. They see quiet moments and assume insecurity. They see independence and assume detachment. But psychology sees emotional regulation, high self-awareness, and strong internal intelligence. Your mind isn't broken. It's self-guided. Sometimes the people with the strongest minds appear the most different. Not because they can't function socially, but because they don't outsource their thinking. You're not behind. You're not unstable. You're operating on a different psychological frequency. The traits that make you feel unusual in a loud world are the same traits that create clarity, focus, and inner strength over time. In a world that fears silence, having a strong inner voice is power. If this felt personal, comment, "This explains me." And if you want psychology content that explains your personality in ways school never taught you, subscribe to Your Hidden Psyche, because the next video might reveal something about yourself you've never realized.